What'd you guys make of TLC in general?
What is it? I thought it was a mixed bag.
Yeah, I tell you what, right? I thought the two women's matches, I maybe gave them too much benefit of the doubt, but I thought they were both pretty weak. In particular, I thought Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch was really bad.
I agree. I think they were both not very good. I think that the title match, tables matches are typically not very good, with the exception of multi-man Dudley's tag matches. Typically one-on-one tables matches are not the best. And it felt like Alexa Bliss and Lynch. I know I say this a lot, not specifically about these, but it did feel like they were a step off, and it felt like they were kind of going from very transparently going from sequence to sequence to sequence. Where to the point where it felt like a series of sequences rather than one flowing match. I did like the finish, the power bomb. It seemed like I don't say they botched it, but it seemed like it didn't go exactly right. Where it looked like Becky was walking along the apron, and I think Bliss was supposed to. She pulled the apron out, but Becky didn't slip. I don't know what they were trying to do there, and Becky just kind of turned around into the power bomb. But I like the idea of it. The Bella Carmella match as well. I honestly can barely remember. I remember the finish was with the fire extinguisher, right?
I thought that match was better, and I thought overall it was all right, but Carmella is still learning, so she was pretty limited. But so
there's two nice spots. There was a kick off the ring barricade, and
they were a little bit more creative. That's one thing I was disappointed with. Like Alexa Bliss and Becky did one spot where they had a DDT on the table. It's that's pretty cool. Other than that, they just did some heatless grappling. So Nikki and Carmella were a bit more creative. And then after the match, oh my god, they did this. The revelation that it was Natalia that beat up Nikki, and the commentators just come off like jackasses going, "Oh, what? How? That's not possible." So the woman who was standing right next to her and immediately took her place.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck hell. That was so annoying. Why
would Carmella wait to reveal it until that moment?
Yeah, I don't understand.
What does she gain from it?
Yeah. So there was that. What else was there? I skipped the Kalisto match because I was like, oh...
I tell you what. I heard that the Kalisto Corbin match was actually really good.
I also heard it was really good.
I skipped it as well.
Yeah,
I just couldn't watch fucking Baron Corbin. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and he's getting better. Their SmackDown match was actually okay. I actually enjoyed it, but he does nothing for me.
It's funny because I remember back. People can listen back. I'm sure the episode's up on our website. But I remember the first week I started watching NXT. Baron Corbin was on. He was feuding with Bull Dempsey at the time, and I said, "This Baron Corbin guy, he's got something. He's got a presence." I now can admit I was wrong. Baron Corbin is a very boring man. He, although, like I say, I heard this match was good, but at the time I didn't know that, so I did not watch it, and now it's too late to go back and watch it. So I heard it was good.
It's literally impossible to go back.
I've moved on. I've moved on with my life.
So, there was that. This was pretty short. But this was pretty much just 5 matches, I think it was. So there was not a whole lot on this. The Wyatts won the titles. It was basically a squash. I couldn't believe how not competitive that title match was. But I suppose it's like the titles are going on Real Stars now, so they should just beat those guys quick. But I thought it was interesting. We had the ladder match, The Miz and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Match of the night, I thought.
No.
I
didn't think it was that good.
What?
I didn't think it was that good. I thought the match of the night was the main event. I don't know. I just thought it was.
I liked it was a less stunty match, and I liked the focus on the leg and stuff like the figure four and the ladder just looked really brutal. It was a different kind of ladder match that they rarely do in WWE, but I liked it a lot.
I just found it very generic and very kind of bland. I don't know, especially coming off the heels of their awesome career on the line match. I just felt like it didn't have a lot of heat, and I don't know. I didn't think it was that good. Maybe I expected too much from it. I just found it kind of bland, just kind of there. I can appreciate that not every ladder match has to be a 17-man stunt show, but I was kind of bored by it, honestly.
Damn.
I know.
Anyway.
Damn, homie.
So Miz won, low blow to Ziggler on top of the ladder, pushed him off. I did enjoy Ziggler selling death and dejection on the floor afterwards. That was great.
Yeah, on the outside.
This has been a great feud and everything, but God, what do you do with Dolph Ziggler now? Like, he's lost it. He won his big redemption match with his career on the line, and then he just lost ever since.
That's the Dolph Ziggler story, though. He always he wins the big one and then immediately loses afterwards, and all.
I don't know what they expect to do with this fella when they've done that to him so many times at this stage. But oh well, Miz is flying high.
I tell you what,
big things for him the new year, but fucking the WrestleMania is going to be Goldberg versus Shane McMahon probably. So who fucking cares?
I think Ziggler is a good answer to the question we had earlier as well about somebody that had star potential and was wasted.
Oh yeah,
I mean
yeah, good one.
Ziggler back in 2011, for example, because obviously the bloom is off the rose on that one, like permanently. He's done.
Yeah, it's long gone. Yeah. I suppose then the only other thing to talk about would be the main event.
Well, no, we also had Wyatt family against Slater and Rhino.
I made mention of that.
Oh, that was like a 2-minute match.
Yeah, so I just very quickly mentioned it.
The main event. I really liked the main event.
I thought it was great too. Even AJ Styles just having this phenomenal, incredible match with a hole in the bum of his pants.
Bum hole. He had a cut butt.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. A stray finger, perhaps.
Maybe he just did a severely powerful fart and blew a hole in it.
Maybe, yeah. Although I would question the material. I mean, this ain't the Indies. His gear should be made of more stern, material. But yeah, crazy matches, all kinds of mad stunts. Fucking Ambrose put the ladder on top of an announce table and jumped off to another announce table, all that kind of stuff. There was the 450 off the ropes outside through a table. It's completely bonkers.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, they had a great match. One of Ambrose's best of the year. I mean, I don't know where it would rank for AJ because AJ's had so many great matches that it's almost hard to say. But yeah, really great stuff. My issue with this, and I was getting heat, brother, on Twitter for this. Because I thought the finish was fucking stupid, right? And everyone was like, "What are you talking about? You gotta watch Talking Smack," and it makes perfect sense. It's like, I watched Talking Smack. I don't mind that James Ellsworth turned heel. I am fine with that. I think his motivations made sense, and he's a great little delusional nerd character, right? My issue, and this is such a wrestling thing, is he came out when AJ Styles was already about to win after the 450. And AJ came out and fought him and got distracted, and then Dean nearly won, and then James Ellsworth turned heel on him, and then AJ won. It's just like, and people, it's such a small thing, but I hate that when, purely for the sake of the swerve, they had to have him come out at a time when AJ was going to win, so you thought he was going to fuck with AJ. It's like, if it was me doing this, it's a small little difference, but I would have had Ellsworth come out with Ambrose at the beginning of the match as his manager,
or even have him come out when both men are down off a big move,
or anything. Just have him come down at a different time. Obviously, you don't want him to come down when Ambrose is climbing the ladder because that gives it away. So I get it, but just something other than what they did. It was such a small thing.
Well, honestly, they could even do that where he's coming out cheering for Ambrose as he's climbing out. Climb the ladder, well!
Yeah, something.
But as you say, it's the small details that I guess they just assume people will forget and not pay attention to. But where if he hadn't come out, AJ would have just climbed the ladder and won anyway. So, what was the logic of him coming out, stopping AJ, letting Ambrose climb, and then screwing Ambrose and letting AJ... completely pointless. I didn't mind the swerve itself. I thought that was fine. But as you said, Barry, the way it was done was just sloppy, typical of the kind of lack of attention to detail that goes into so many of these shows.
So that was TLC. That was all right show. Two really good matches, I thought, and nothing offensively bad, but I was certainly disappointed with the women's stuff. SmackDown, it was an alright show, nothing great. I think the only thing that I really enjoyed was the Miz TV segment with Ambrose.
Well, I liked the match they had then at the end of this show.
And the match, yes, the match was good too. Miz with the participation awards.
Oh my god, I laughed so hard at that.
This was hilarious.
When the crowd chanted, "You deserve it."
That was great. And I also really liked before they did that Miz even came out and did a sarcastic, where's my "you deserve it" chant for his Intercontinental title.
Best. He's the
best. That was a great line. He's just having a great year. A great year.
He is.
Ambrose killed what's his face? Ellsworth. They're still I guess they're still at some stage going to do an AJ Ellsworth match. AJ had his foot in a boot. I guess that was legit. I don't know. I didn't hear one way or the other.
Apparently, yeah, it was.
But so hopefully he's not sidelined for too long.
Apparently it was just a minor injury. Ankle injury.
So that's good. Wyatt versus Slater and Rhino had a bit more of a lengthy match. It was a good match. It was all right. And Ambrose Miz main event.
There was another match I actually quite enjoyed on this was Tyler Breeze against Chad Gable. I thought had a pretty good match.
Yeah, I thought that was all right. Yeah,
quite enjoyed it.
Fandango tripped on a camera cord during that match.
He did, because he's a heel. It was funny.
Yeah, that was good. Plus, got me look that team as a joke team anyway, so it's So it's not
also, I don't know if we talked about it on this show yet, but Connor of the Ascension is like 3 times the size he used to be.
Yeah. Also, they keep changing their makeup and their gear every time I see them. Like, they've got a weird kind of crazy Steve makeup getup now.
I think back to Connor on like NXT when he was like the Rat. And
the Rat. Remember the Rat? Oh my god!
But he was like, he was never muscly, but he was like, average. And now he's like
gigantic.
He's got like, God, what wrestler would he be closest to in terms of like body shape? I don't know. He's Rikishi-esque, I would say.
Oh, Rikishi-esque.
He's a very thick man. That's thick with 2 C's.
Thick with 2 C's. If you agree.
One of the C's stands for Conor O'Brien.
He's a thick little rat. So yeah, that was SmackDown. Another solid show. It's just super easy to watch.
Oh, SmackDown, even when it's not great, is great. I could watch it every week without fail, without any issue.
Tell you what we need to talk about now.
What?
I think 205 Live is a bit rubbish.
It didn't help that 2 of the 3 matches were exactly the same as the week before.
Here's the realization I've come to with it. Is that it ain't. This isn't Triple H coming in and saying, "Fuck you guys, I'm taking my cruiserweights back and I'm doing this show." This is just a 4th hour of Raw that they tape on Tuesdays. Because it's the same stupid cruiserweight writing, and it's continuity from Raw as well. So they are to be watched together. Angles on Raw feed into 205, which feeds back into Raw. So it's still very much a Raw product with their attitude towards writing and presenting these guys. And the video packages are good. They are CWC-esque. But other than that, I fucking hate the styles of matches they're putting on. I hate the angles, the fucking, oh my god, Alicia Fox, Cedric Alexander, fuck off. Oh, I hate the babyface guy just gets a girlfriend, and I guess that's supposed to be like interesting or character depth, or we're supposed to like him because he's in a cute couple, or maybe they're going to break up and, Alicia Fox ain't Trish Stratus. She ain't going to be able to carry that promo. It's just like, I hate every facet of it. And, the matches are just, they're nothing. They're just nothing. And the crowd treats it like they're watching metal.
Well, it's funny because, for example, I don't watch Raw, obviously, but they did the Arya Daivari Jack Gallagher match 3 times on television in 1 week. It was on 205 Live the first time, it was on Raw, and it was on 205 Live again. Why don't they put on someone else?
If people want to play the, let it play out card, which I think is a fool's errand on anything to do with Raw, which this is, that's fine. But you mean to tell me you couldn't have had anyone else in there other than Daivari and Gallagher 3 times? Fuck off. No way. And so, I've already seen people kind of turning on Gallagher a little bit, which is disappointing because I really liked him in the CWC. But to be fair to them, it's like, look, these matches haven't been good, and it's like, in a way, 205 Live is kind of worse than Raw, because when people are watching on Raw, it's like they're part of the show we came to watch. But the 205 Live, the taping after SmackDown, is a dreadful idea. Dreadful. Because the people are just either leaving, or they're like, okay, they told us to stay to see AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose in a street fight for 5 minutes, or whatever they're doing on SmackDown dark matches these days. And they're just sitting there, and a small percentage of the audience are like, oh, I like Rich Swann, yeah, woo. But most of them just do not give a shite.
I tell you what, from my point of view, I don't even care that it's taped after SmackDown. That's fine. Because really, how many people in the crowd are cheering? Yeah, I really don't give a shit. But the main problem for me is that it airs after SmackDown, because I get home after work on a Wednesday, and I boot up SmackDown. I sit down to watch it, and like we say every week, SmackDown's a lovely, easy watch. But by the time SmackDown is over, I've had my fill. I don't need to watch anymore. But 205 Live is out, so I'm gonna watch it. If I don't watch it, by the time it's like Saturday, I don't have interest to watch it. But if 205 Live only aired on a Saturday, then I would watch it, and I'd watch it on the Saturday. But the fact that it airs after SmackDown, I just don't have the inclination to really give it the full attention that it needs,
Yeah.
Because the reason I don't watch Raw is because I can't just sit down and watch fucking 3 hours of wrestling, So I can't watch 205 Live after SmackDown, so it just sits there. So I might watch it, like this week I put it on as I was playing Pokemon, so I was kind of paying half attention to it. And what I think I'll do is I'll give 205 Live 1 more week. What I'll do this week is I won't watch it after SmackDown. I might try and save it for the weekend. If I'll do that, and if I still don't find it worthwhile, then I'll tap out. You have 1 more chance, McMahon.
Then you're fucked. Do you have any other notes from the shows you watched? I have not watched any.
Well, I watched NXT. So. NXT featured the debut of Big Damo.
Oh yeah,
from Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
They just called him Damo, though. He wasn't called Big Damo. I mean, he is big, so it's fairly self-explanatory. But it's funny because he interfered during a match between Sanity and Rich Swann and No Way Jose. He came out and pushed No Way Jose into the ring apron, and the commentators, like Corey Graves and Tom Phillips, were like, "That's Damo," and it was kind of silly because you can do the whole that's that guy thing when the person is actually well known. No one over there knows who Damo is.
Yeah, he was not, and it's not even like, I mean, some people know him, obviously. Like, I've seen Damo wrestle live, and it was cool and everything, but it's not like he's a Bryan Danielson tier star now going to finally making WWE. Like, he's a decently well-known indie wrestler. I would maybe have given a bit more preamble before just going, it's Damo,
I think that's a moment where you go, who's this guy? And leave it at that, Who's this monster? Who's this behemoth?
Yeah.
Like,
although
I mean,
ultimately, it's just his NXT debut, so ultimately, like, who cares? But I do agree.
How long do you think until he's in the Wyatt family?
Well, it looks like he's going to be Insanity. Insanity is kind of it's not really the Wyatt family, but it's not a million miles away.
Mm.
He certainly would fit, I guess.
Well, he's got a beard. So.
He's a big guy with a beard and long hair. And they aired also the Nakamura Joe match where Nakamura won the title in Japan.
Oh yes,
it was all right. It didn't really feel like a big pay-per-view match. It felt like a house show main event where they went at like 3/4 pace. Except Nakamura won the title. So it was like a little bit disappointing. One thing I do like though is they do a lot on NXT is that they air the like house show matches sometimes from time to time. I like the look of those because it feels more like old school wrestling where like there's a slight like fog in the air. And the crowd lights are turned down, and I actually prefer that kind of atmosphere. So that was cool.
They've done that a decent amount lately. I mean, Joe won his on a house show. You know, Nakamura's won it back on a house show. It's all right thing to do from time to time. Looks a bit different. Teaches people to go to the house shows.
Yeah.
So
and then I watched Lucha Underground as well. Johnny Mundo won the title 1 week after Sexy Star won it, so that's already over. It was kind of a stupid deal as well because before the match they aired one of like the most horrible vignettes you're gonna see with Willie Mack and Sexy Star backstage, where one of them was speaking English and one of them was speaking Spanish, and then Willie Mack would reply in English, and then Sexy Star would reply back in Spanish. I was like, how are they talking in two different languages to each other? It didn't make any sense. But the point of it was that Willie Mack was like, hey, I know the Worldwide Underground, which is Johnny Mundo's team with Jack Evans, PJ Black, and Taya. Willie Mack says, I know that they always interfere and fuck with people, so I'm going to be in your corner this week so that when they inevitably interfere and fuck things up for you, I'll be there and they won't be able to do it. And Sexy Star says, no, Mac, I have to do this on my own. So Willie Mack doesn't come out in her corner. And inevitably, Taya interferes and costs Sexy Star the title. And I was like, well, Sexy Star, I can't say you weren't warned.
Yeah, also, like, after all this time, do you really need the Mac to warn you that that's going to happen when you should just know?
Yeah. So.
Lucha Underground.
Oh, silly. There was a really good match between AR Fox and Killshot. They had a very good match.
Very good. I like those guys.
Yeah. Except he's called Dante Fox in Lucha Underground.
Oh, yeah, that's his gimmick name in Lucha Underground, yeah. Killshot's really good. I know as Shane Strickland, he got a go in Progress earlier this year.
Oh, yeah?
I don't watch a lot of the Progress shows, but I watched that when he had a match with Will Ospreay. It was just fantastic. It was really great. I'm hoping if he's back in this part of the world, you know, in the new year, he might get over to OTT. But obviously the logistics of that are tough because, you know, the Americans are only over this part of the world so many times a year, and it's an extra flight and stuff like that. But I hope he does make it over. Yeah. So is that it for TV?
That's it for TV. Speaking of OTT, next week.
That's it. We're so close. We're nearly there. Just the 2 matches announced. We got the Ospreay Ricochet main event, which is going to be bonkers, obviously.
Yeah.
And we got the Kings of the North versus the Gymnasties. I think you'll like the Gymnasties, Paul. They're very funny. The gimmick is just basically that they are they're like comedy geeks. They do a gym rat squatting gimmick, despite the fact that they obviously look like a couple of pasty lads who don't go to the gym that often, and they're kind of Ellsworth-esque in the sense that the Kings of the North, who they're facing, they look like major league pro wrestlers. Like they look like they could be in NXT tomorrow, like killing people. They're really fantastic as well, and obviously being Northerners, they're big heels, and so they were these big undefeated champions forever and ever and ever. And then the Nasties beat them in a huge underdog moment, and then the Nasties have been doing all their title defenses, and they're all comedy and fun times. And now at this show, they're having the rematch. So it's probably going to be a very heated affair. because the crowd is way into both those teams. So I think you'll enjoy that quite a bit. Also, OTT is debuting in Belfast the following day, so obviously the smart money is on the Kings.
By the way,
yeah, you'll be...
Speaking of James Ellsworth, it's his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, James!
You know what age he is? Would you wager a guess?
72.
31.
He's 32 today.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He is 4 years older than me. That's all. He looks like he could be my dad.
5 months younger than me.
Oh God.
That's a testament to both of you guys, obviously.
Yeah, thanks.
So yeah, OTT next week, and also you'll get to see all the other sorts, the Session Moth and the lads from the Flats, and Pete Dunne will be there. I don't know if you've seen much Pete Dunne, but he's tremendous. Yeah, it's gonna be a great time, and I'm sure I will see you there. We'll likely see each other in the queue, and I'm sure we'll find each other during the course of the show. So yeah, I'm very excited to hear what you make of it. And obviously on this show then, folks, next week we will be chatting OTT, and will we be doing some Christmassy stuff? That's going to be our last one before the break, right?
Yeah, it's our Christmas special.
Christmas preview.
So
we'll preview Christmas.
Turkey, Brussels sprouts, crackers, all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, don't spoil
really
it,
jokes, the crackers.
And TN, Total Non-Stop Deletion.
That's true.
Oh,
next Thursday.
Right.
Thursday.
That'll be my once every few months watching of TNA when the Hardys do something silly.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.